How's it digging my shovels? This is Spade here, and today I got another underused tier battle for you, but this time with a different team. This is the manual rain team that I used some battles ago. You may remember it, and I decided to give it another spin because, as you may know, Smogon is going to make their tier changes, official tier changes, in April. So I figured before that I would try out this team with Tornadoes, because there's a high chance that Tornadoes will be jumping up to the OU tier once again, since Tornadoes T is now gone. And yeah, at the moment Tornadoes is still UU, so I was like, hey, let's use this team for at least now, for now. So yeah, manual rain team, not really the greatest of the teams, especially since it kind of has a huge weakness to Heracross, and we all know how powerful Heracross is in the UU tier. And my only resistance to this dual stab is Tornadoes, which isn't really the bulkiest of things. And then there's the general problem that I have to give up a move slot for Rain Dance and an item slot for Damp Rock, and the general unreliability of manual rain teams. But it's a fun team, so I was like, hey, let's do some matches with that. But this is a match against Lands 97, and I decided to lead with Bronzong, because it matches up pretty well against anything that he has, and nothing really can one-shot it because he doesn't have something like Chandelure on his team. So I was like, hey, let's lead with that, and he actually leads with the Flygon. U-turns out as I get off my Stealth Rocks, and yeah, in comes the Azumarill. Waterfall is pretty obvious, so I'm just gonna go into my Blastoise to take a hit because I'm physically defensive, and then I can start my shenanigans with Rain Dance on the following turn, even though that's gonna boost his Rain Dance, I mean the water type attacks of his as well, in this case Waterfall, but still I resist the hit, so yeah, figured might as well set up the rain and then just go from there. He actually switches out, goes into Shaman, and the Seed Flare is pretty obvious, so I'm gonna switch out and just go into my Tornadoes to resist the hit, but he actually does predict that really nicely, goes for the Hidden Power Ice, and it actually does a really nice chunk. It's definitely a 2-hit KO. But at this point I wasn't really suspecting anything, and it turns out that he is running a Choice Scarf Shaman. Totally didn't see that coming, because Scarf Shaman is like really rare. You never really see that, but definitely works out in this scenario because I lose my Tornadoes, which is also my only resistance to his Heracross. So not that good, but still this does give me a chance to go into my Kingdra, which is my most deadliest sweeper in this team. But of course I end up missing my Hydro Pump on the Azumarill on switch. But I decided to just go for the Draco Meteor, hope for the best, and I actually take him out with the Stealth Rock damage. So wow, Kingdra is really powerful with Modest Nature, Life Orb, and yeah, it is a Draco Meteor. But unfortunately, this does give me those that -2 special attack, which I didn't really want, because Hydro Pump would have been a 2-hit KO on him. But yeah, that's what we got going on here now. So anyways, he's going to go into his Heracross first of all, and I was like, I just really want a lot of damage on him, because even at -2, Hydro Pump will hurt. But he actually switches out into Shaman, and then I decided to go for the Draco, because I was like, maybe I can take him out at -2, because he's obviously a Scarf Shaman, not defensive one, but he still manages to live. But then he's gonna miss his Seed Flare, so we're not really lucky with our around 80% accuracy moves today. But here I figured I could go into my Bishop, because I'm at -4. And, well, because he knows that I'm at -4, he's actually gonna go into his Heracross, so, and that double switch really doesn't work in my favor, so I need to switch out. And this is really dangerous, because now that the rain is gone, and he has his, most likely what I'm thinking is a Scarf Heracross, this puts me in a really dangerous situation. And, yeah, I go into my Bronzong, I'm not able to take hits from him, and I just kind of have to sack it and then go into Blastoise, because I know that Blastoise should be able to take a hit at +1. It cannot take 2 Mega Horns at neutral, but it should be able to take 1 at +1. And that is indeed what happens. Take the hit relatively well still, and all that matters is that I'm able to set up my Rain Dance, and then that means that I can still go into my Kingdra, and with the Swift Swim, I can outspeed his most likely still Scarfed Heracross, and just fire off a Surf or Hydro Pump. And I believe I went for the Surf this time, just to be more safe. And he actually goes into his Shaman as a death fodder. That's the optimal play that he can do. And yeah, I just went for the Surf just to play it safe. And yeah, now he's going to be able to go into his Snorlax, however. And I didn't really feel like taking my chances, because if the Body Slam paralyzes me, then that's kind of GG, because I need the Kingdra to outspeed his Heracross, and basically I needed to outspeed everything on his team. So I figured I might as well go into Bisharp to take the obvious Body Slam, and then just go from there. And his Body Slams are doing like around 25%, which is, you know, the same amount that I need for a sub, so it's kind of looking iffy whether I can set up a sub. So I decided to go for the Sword Dance right off the bat, but he keeps going for the Body Slams, and I was kind of also thinking that if he has EQ, then I should still be able to take one, because it's not stab, and then have the +2, and then go from there. But now that I know he obviously doesn't have any other attacks besides Body Slam, I figured I might as well take my chances, try to go for that sub, and see if I can actually make my sub live ahead. But he gets the crits on the first hit, so my sub is obviously going to fade. But I am going to try this out again and maybe get off that free sub, which would definitely put me in a nice situation. And yeah, he's going to go for the Body Slam again, and again it is going to get a critical hit. So I was like, crap baskets, this isn't really going according to plan. I was just trying to get a free sub here, but every time I do, I get critically hit it. So I was like, Bisharp, Iron Head, flinch, go! And what do you know, I do get a flinch on the Snorlax, which is awesome. And yeah, right now I decided to go for the sub again, however, because right now I do have enough HP to make a sub, and I still wanted to try it out if my sub would be able to live a hit. But he actually switches out and goes into his Bronzong, you know, to obviously take an Iron Head. But in either case, this works out nicely for me, because I'm behind a sub against his Bronzong, and at this point I just decided to go for the Sucker Punch. He's most likely just going to try and take me out, or just rather take out the sub, and that is indeed what he does with the Earthquake. And here, the thing is, I don't really want to go for the Sucker Punch, because it's kind of obvious, and he could just bypass that with the Stealth Rocks, and I figured, well, the Iron Head isn't really going to do that much, even though at +2, so I figured I could go into my Rotom right now, while I have the chance, because, you know, obviously I have no Rain Up, and I kind of need that Rain Up, because once he gets the safe switch into his Heracross, then it's kind of GG. So this is a perfect chance to set up, and yeah, I go into my Rotom, set up the Rain Dance as he does go for the Stealth Rocks, and then he's going to switch out and go into his Flygon as I do set up the Rain, but coupled with the Damp Rock, it's going to be up for 8 turns, which is really dangerous this late in the game. And yeah, he's going to just U-turn out. I decided to go for the safe Will-O-Wisp as he actually U-turns out into his Heracross, and I was like, yes, I get to cripple this thing, except I miss. But yeah, Hax is kind of balancing out in this match, so yeah, it's not really the worst thing, but definitely would have been nice to cripple this Heracross, because it's definitely the biggest threat to my team at this point. But I have to sack something again, and I figured I would just go into my Bisharp as a death fodder, but Bisharp definitely did great in this match, crippling down his walls. And yeah, just gonna go into Kingdra now and just fire off that Surf. And now at this point, since Bisharp did some great work earlier, crippled down the Snorlax, Surf will actually be able to take him out from this range. Modest Nature, Life Orb in the rain, and yeah, down it goes. And the same thing goes for his Bronzong, which Bisharp was also able to cripple down to a point. And I did some quick calcs on this, and unless I get like min damage, I should be able to take him out with the Surf, so I don't need to rely on Hydro Pump hitting, so I just went for the Surf, and that is counting the fact that if he's specially defensive, so I figured, yeah, let's just go for the Surf. Surf should be able to take him out, and it does, don't get min damage or anything. But now with the Flygon, I decided to risk the Hydro Pump, and luckily it does hit. I just didn't want to get the -2 with the Draco, and figured Hydro Pump would definitely be enough to take out the Flygon, because it's a powerful hit. And yeah, take him out, and now his last Pokemon is the Heracross, which I can still outspeed and take out with the Surf, and that will be the game. So, thank you for watching, hope you guys enjoyed, and today as a question of the day, figure since Smogon is indeed making their tier changes now as the usage statistics are coming out this April, most likely April 1st, which is a great day, by the way. So, since the tier changes will be made, do you have any expectations? What would you like to see possibly drop to a lower tier, or do you have some suspects that of pokes that would be rising up to a higher tier or so? If you do, please leave a comment below. I'm definitely thinking that Tornadus will be rising back to the OU tier since the freaking whatchamacallit, Tornadus T obviously is gone, and Tornadus has gotten a lot of usage in the OU. And there's definitely a lot more things, but we'll be discussing those in the WildSpade podcast. But if you do have some suggestions or suspects of your own, leave a comment in the comment section below. So yeah, that will be the question of the day, and this will pretty much be all for today. So thank you so much for watching, and until next time, this is TheFlamingSpade signing out. Peace.